Hello, good evening. It's Monday, so it's monthly make time, and tonight's an even more special time because we're opening our July monthly make to see what's in the box. And I know most of you have got it, so well, fingers crossed you've all got it. Because I do like this one; it's a good one to play with. Now I think my comments are playing up. Evening, Tracy. Because nothing's coming through on my computer, but that's okay. It'll catch up with us soon. So, should we have a look what's in July? I keep saying that, July's box. I keep getting my Junes and Julys. I mean, you think with the calendar, you wouldn't put two J's together, would you? You know, you'd split them up. Anyway, there you go. There's a random thought for a Monday night. June and July should have been split up with a different month. So I always get them muddled up. Anyway, right, enough waffling. Let's check that I've got this in the right place. I have. There we go. So, here you go again. Looks like computer says no tonight. Evening, Maxine. Evening, Noala. Right. I'm going to be on two different things. So, this is July's, not June's, July's monthly make. So, in your box, you should have got your discount code. You'll have got your leaflets. You'll have got your super duper big poly plates, and you'll have got your stamp set. So let's just have a quick look through your stamp set. So you get your big dragonfly, and then you get all these solid bits to fill them in. Now this one looks a bit like an ice cream. Just realised you can't actually see what I'm looking at. There you go. So I think that looks like an ice cream, so we might have to do a bit of a play with that to see what happens. So you get a big dragonfly, little dragonfly. Kindness changes everything. I'll always be here for you, and fly with a happy heart today. I can't read sideways, I should turn around. There you go. There you go. Fly with a happy heart today. And they are big. So if I put my hand up next to that dragonfly, you can see, well, he's bigger than my thumb. So he is a good size. Maybe pointy finger. Just slightly bigger than your pointy finger. So that's your stamp set. And then you get this wonderful panel. This is called Fall Away, this poly plate. And I think it's going to be so useful. Yes, it's a big poly plate, but it doesn't have to be on a big card. Yeah. So your poly plate, you know how these guys work. We're just going to add some ink and use them. But yeah, it's a really cool one. I love this little end on it. And then of course you get your leaflet with some ideas. And what I have started doing on the back page, you have a step-by-step for one of the samples that I have done. So there you go. Leaflet, 10% off, poly plate and a stamp set. And it doesn't look like much, does it? But it is. You've got huge stamps in there this month. So I'm going to start off with some samples. It never, when you look at the stamps like that, you think, yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do with them. So let me get some samples. I'm going to start with Mum's. Let's get them out of the tub. There we go. So, oh, I like this idea. So, no, I said it's Fab Bundle. It is a pretty cool one, isn't it? So, Mum's used her Fall Away. I want to say Fly Away. It's not. It's Fall Away. Yes, it is Fall Away. Fall Away poly plates to create that lovely background. Look what she's done with those sentiments across the middle as well. I think that was really cool. And then we've got our lovely big dragonfly, and then just in the background we've got some of those little ones as well. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I think this one's a pretty good monthly make. It's going to be one of them that we go back to, especially that poly plate. There we go. Mum used the wings, so those solid wings. I'm going to put these other ones down in my arm so I can show you. So she's taken these ones, which is a solid to fit inside our wings, to create some flowers and foliage up in the top. And then she's just used that Fly Away to create like a hedge almost, and a bit of a tree. Quite a cool idea, isn't it? There's that one. I've got myself in a pickle now. Why have I been putting things there? Yeah, you have to say, what's new there? I'm always in a pickle. I am actually. There we go. So we've got a little one here. So we've got again those just the little ends of that Fall Away one. And our teeny tiny little dragonflies. I love what she's done here. It looks like she's used a poly plate to colour the dragonflies and then put a glossy accent. I'm sat here fondling it. Glossy accents over at the top just to give it a really nice little shine. Don't you can quite see. There you go. How cool is that? The poly plate is cool, isn't it? I've got to admit it is a good one. I do think it's going to be really useful as well. So then you can see Mum's had a whirl of a time using the polyplay. I think they're on everyone. Again, she's used the end of it to create like a bush or a shrubbery, and then just that centre one going up, and then yeah, I can post these ones for us, Noala. She's used a bigger one here. She's actually coloured that in, looks like brush-o, with a bit of ink underneath and a bit of brush-o on top, and then just 2 of the little ones going up. Those are just wonderful. There we go. And then I think this is the last one. So we've got our 3 little polyplates in the background. Well, not little. I keep calling it a little polyplate. It isn't. It's a big polyplate. So you've got your 3 polyplates in the background with that end just poking through at the top. And then you've got your 3 dragonflies, and then also, I don't know if they're coming across, but we have got the little one in the background as well. Okay, and we've got that saying down at the bottom. Evening, Mum. There we go. Not sure why my comments aren't coming through on the other one. So if I do miss you, I do apologise. Right, so those are Mum's. But I do like that idea, that one. I have to see if I can bring that into, sorry. That's what she sent them round in today, an Amazon box. Good for recycling. I'll have to see if I can recreate that on tonight's. So you've seen these already because these are in the booklet. So you've got my watercolour one. I love that one. It just took me it took me ages to just sit and paint it, but I had so much fun doing it. Just got my brushes out and had a bit of a relaxing time just watercolouring that in. So I'll hold it up, you can see all those lovely, oh, really blurry, there you go, all those lovely tones in there. Really simple though, dragonfly, and they're saying you don't really need more than that. Then we've got our really big polyplate again on there. Move my camera, it's not quite in the right place. Come back here and then we can see. There we go. So we've got that lovely big polyplate. This is an 8-inch card, so you can see how that fits on here. Yeah. And then I've just used my dragonfly there with its solid bits, like I would have if they were polyplates. I added 2 colours and given it a bit of a squirt, and I don't know if you can quite see on there. There we go. I've just used a bit of the mica sprinklet on there to give its wings a bit of shimmer. There we go. So there's that one. Next up, I've used my fall away, but had it facing each other to get this lovely, almost like focal point to pop your dragonfly on the top of. And again, I've just painted that in, and I've used sparkle on that one. Used my copper on that one. Look. Woo. I know I'm making a fuss because I've used sparkle, but you know I don't use sparkle that often, do I? You can see on there I've got that lovely mica, sprinklet mica on there to give it that bit of a sparkle. And then I've gone really, really simple with this one. Literally just popped on my polyplate, and this one, this is a 5x7. As you can see, I've just used the tail end of my polyplate on that one. Kind of overlap them a little bit, not much though. Yeah. So on this one, gone really, really super simple. It's a 6-inch, and then literally I have just stamped that polyplate. But how many other sayings are going to fit in here really nicely? So if you need a really quick and simple card, splat your polyplate on, because it's unusual, but I think it fills the card really nicely, and then pop a sentiment in there. Really quick way of making a quick card, yeah. But loads of our sayings are going to fit in there. And then finally, there should be one more, but I don't know where it's gone. Not in the pile. Finally, I have just gone random with this one and just coloured them in. So you can see we've got lots and lots of dragonflies all over there. Just coloured in using my marker pens, and then just an extra one on the top. So you can see you can either, well, you can use your polyplates, you can use your inks, you can play with your inks as much as you want, or you can just colour in that dragonfly. It really is up to you. I think this is going to be one of them that we can just do anything we want with really, and it'll turn out okay. So quick back run through our samples. I do love that colour. It's Distress Oxide, that one. There you go, just really quick going back through. Let's grab Mum's as well. Oops, I can't pick them up. I'm butterfingers today. Keep dropping things, it's not good. I did that last week though, didn't I? There we go. Some fab ideas in there. And there's that one. I do love that one. It looks quite natural, that one, doesn't it? And then just to recap, you get your dragonfly stamp set, you get your super big poly plate, and you get your booklet or your leaflet and your discount code. So that is what is in this month's box. So I'm going to put these back down there. I'm going to be really naughty because I don't know where I've put my poly plate, so I am going to use that one. And we're going to get crafting. So I should have, I've got a 5x7 because you know I love my 5x7s, and I know this is a really big poly plate, but it still can be used on your smaller cards. I couldn't decide. I have done a smaller one of the poly plate. You know what I'm going to say now, don't you? What have I done with my poly mounts? I got it out before so I could use it. Oh, bear with 2 seconds. I'm not sure where to put it. I'm going to move that to one side. I had it in my hand not that long ago because I thought, oh, I'm going to need that. But I left it. Oh, there it is. There you go. I knew I'd put it somewhere safe. So, as always, if you've not used a poly plate before, pop it on, roll it down because you don't want any bubbles behind it. It doesn't really matter if you're using inks. If you're using oxides, it does. You need it to be nice and smooth on there. Inks are a bit more forgiving. So, my thought today was, you can see it just fits on that 5x7. I'm going to stamp this on here. We're then going to use our dragonfly, but I'm going to do that with a bit of vellum because I think that'll look amazing. And I just didn't have time. Well, I couldn't find my vellum, to be honest with you. I found my last piece the other day. So I'm going to put that somewhere in the middle. So I want some colours. I want it really dark and rich. So I should have found, I've got my peacock, my picked raspberry, my seedless preserve, I think, and a bit of barn door. I think I'm going to go like that. I think. Yes, that's what I'm going to have today. And I think I'm going to go dark colour at the bottom. So all I'm going to do is take my palest one. I'm using Distress inks because they're in the black case. I'm just going to ink this one up. I'm going to really concentrate on those little dots up at the top because when I start to add my other colours, I'm not coming back up this end. So I need to make sure I've got ink on all my little dots. There we go. And I'm going to take my barn door. I'm just going to add a little bit of barn door, just like that. And then a bit of my seedless preserve. Oops. I'm trying not to get a straight line because if you get a straight line, then when you spritz it, you've still got a straight line and it doesn't look right. Whereas if you try, and I don't know if you can see there, I've kind of gone wavy with it, you're not going to go those straight lines. Yep. So let's get this quick spritz. Ooh, just going to do one more for good luck there. So can you see I've got it, so it's just going to start moving on my poly plate. I've got those lovely bubbles. If I want, well, I'm going to try and be neat. No inky pinkies is what I'm going to try. That dragonfly would look good on a resist. There you go. I'm going to try and not get inky pinkies. I know, shocking. The first time for everything. There we go. And then I'm going to plop it on here. That, yep, absolutely going to be my Ooh, decisions. I'm going to leave it so it's just on the page. I was going to do it so it was hanging off, but we're not. There we go. So can you see I've got pale, dark, yep. So when I lift this up, I'm going to lift it up towards me. So any ink that's still loose is going to come straight up to this darker end. You can see it's running there. There we go. Oh, dropsies. And I did it there as well. Not to worry. I'm just going to give my plate a little bit of a wipe. Pop it over there. I think I'm going to go back over it a little bit darker, but can you see I've got a bit of a puddle going on down here? So I'm just going to give it a quick stop that puddleish. I'm going to make a feature out of what I've dropped as well. So I only dried it a little bit on there. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab this seedless preserve. And all I'm not going to do these bits. Well, I might do. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm just going to go around the edge. I don't know if you can quite see that. Let me grab that white piece there. Just like that. And what I'm trying to do, can you see here where I dropped it? Yeah, I'm trying to hide the fact that I dropped it a minute ago. I might just put a few little dashes in here now. Because I'm having to tidy up as I go, because, you know, dropsies. There you go, so you can see it just framed it a little bit. Popped it over, and now when I come to put this back on here, I'm not going to do it where it should have been stamped. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to just oik it down a little bit so it looks like I didn't have any ink on my poly plate. So I'm just going to press a little bit where my ink is. I don't have to press everywhere, just where that ink is. And I'm hoping, there we go, can you see? Nobody will know, apart from you guys that were watching, yeah, that I messed up that bottom. Yeah, because you can't tell now. And because I've put those extra bits in as well. It all just comes together. There we go. Noelle was asking what colours I used in the how-to videos. It will be probably cracked pistachio, peacock feathers, and picked raspberry, I think. I'll have to have a look. I think that's what we used in the how-to videos. So I'm quite happy with that at the moment. So I'm going to move it to one side, and I'm going to get my rather sad and sorry looking oh, this one I use picked raspberry, barn door, and seedless preserve. I was looking for my wilted violet, but I couldn't find it. The wilted violets look just as nice, but I do wilted violet as a picked raspberry, wilted violet, and then seedless preserve, if that makes sense. Right, so my rather sad looking piece of vellum, it'll be alright. You only need a little bit to stamp with. There we go. I told you I found it the other day. It was underneath some stamping blocks that I couldn't find. And then I found them. Well, kind of found them. Anyway, so dragonfly. I have my dragonfly. I should really use my anti-static pad on this one. If it wants to turn up, would be nice. Should be on my table somewhere. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oops, a daisy. I'm losing your lovely comments now. Bear with. Having a technology day, aren't I? I'm hoping I'm back. Yay, I'm back. Right. Don't know, I keep getting booted off and I don't know why. I don't know what I've done to upset Facebook at the moment. I know I forgot to post today because, well, I was a bit tired from the weekend. There it is. I was trying to find my spoon. Right, I don't know where my anti-static pad is, but we'd be better off if we were anti-static padding this. It's not here. And you're not surprised by that, are you? No, I keep losing everything at the moment. The cool lady has been in doing a school project, so again, things get moved. But that's okay. She had to make a perfume bottle. So all I'm going to do, I'm using my clear ink. I'm using my rather dirty looking dragonfly. But it just shows it's been loved, doesn't it? You know, good ink up. Because I haven't got much vellum left. I'm just going to stamp it in this bottom corner. Oops, got a piece of acetate in the way there. There we go. And then I'm just using my white embossing powder. And I found my spoon again. Makes such a difference. There we go. It's probably, I'm not going to jinx it, I'm not going to say it until we've done it. I'm pretty proud of that. Put my lid back on, or else that is going on the floor, isn't it? It's going to end up all over me. There we go. And a heat gun. There we go. I'm just going to be a little bit careful because I don't want to flake any of that off. And I think I might use my pan pastels. Oh no, they're all the way down there. I'll use my oxides, I think, on the background. So, scissors, there they are. I'm having one of them nights, aren't I? Nothing's where I thought it was. I'm just going to rough cut this out. I can pop that back. Where's its bag gone? I'm going to pop it back down there then. So I don't lose it. I do think our dragonfly is going to look quite nice in this. So for my dragonfly, I want a bit of like a turquoisey for its body. So I'm going to go with my peacocky feathers. And I want a bit of a green to go with it. So bundled sage has just jumped off the shelf. And it's saying, what about me? So let's just check that's dry. It is. I'm just going to turn it onto the back. And then, looking for one of my little brushes. Nope. We're going to use kitchen roll because I can't find my little brush that I was looking for. I used to have some really fine little blending tools. I can't find them, so I'm just going to make a bit of a paper stub. I'm just going to bring some colour to the back. And the nice thing about doing this on the back is it don't really matter too much about being neat and tidy. I'll turn that over. Can you just see? No, you can't. There you go. You see that lovely green coming through? Yep. Let's show me paper. There we go. And I'm just going to add a little bit of green to the beginning of my leaves. And I'll just put that little flick of peacock feathers to, there we go. I've got my bundle sage on. Make another little pencil. Ooh. Cotton buds are quite good for doing this as well. You know, if you want really detailed areas. Sorry, my gumbly tumbly's talking to us all again. Oh no, that's me, Tracy. I meant to do it on Saturday because I remembered I hadn't put it on. But yeah, discount code I will pop on. Oops. And do it. So you can see I'm just adding more and more to it. It's really, really bright on that. Let me just have a quick look. It actually looks better on the Facebook screen. There you go. You can see. I think I'm just going to grab really bit it down here. Oops. You saw me then. I started to do my bit of blending, didn't I? Didn't mean to do that. Getting carried away. So I'm just going to keep adding a little bit of colour until I'm happy. There we go. I'm liking that. And then what I could always do is I'm actually going to leave it like that. I was going to say I might just get a pen and just put a little bit more in, but I'm actually quite happy with that because once that sits on top, I think that's going to look quite pretty. So I'm going to be careful because this is oxide. Yep. There we go. I'm just going to start cutting this one out. I'm going to leave a little border because I don't like getting too close to embossing powders, in case you start chipping away at them. It just protects your embossing a little bit, doesn't it? And when you're not a great cutter outer like me, just having that little bit of a gap between your embossing powder and where your scissors are is always a good idea. I should have started up with his antennae, but I just got carried away. Ooh, all the way around. Keeping going. You can tell I don't work with vellum very often. It's very delicate for me, isn't it? Well, it's asking, have I seen a monster card? No, I'll have to go and have a look in the group. To be honest, I've not been in the group this weekend. Because we don't do that many shows these days. It really, all of us, even Mr. Roo, was stood there going, oh, I am achy yesterday. Really did knock us for 6. I can't believe we used to do like 2 shows in a weekend. Now I do 1 show and I could spend a week in bed. Evening, Sarah. Ooh. I'm doing my bestest cutting out on vellum and embossing powder. I've really pushed my comfort zone tonight, haven't I? And the nice thing about this design as well, because we're using vellum, when I come to stick it down, we've got that lovely big belly here to put all our glues and things behind, so you're not going to see where you're sticking it down. One. Oh, we've not done it yet, Sarah, sorry. I was going to say I'll try and do it now, but I'm not touching anything because it's actually working while we're here. Susie's on holiday still crafting. Absolutely. Why not? It has been a bit of a wet one, hasn't it, today? You can see it's starting to. I might be even doing it. Might do it there, to be fair. Anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm going to use one of my long sayings. Which one is this one? Fly with a happy heart today. We might come in here. I'm going to put that down at the bottom. Stamping block. You can tell I've not sorted my stuff out from the weekend, can't you? Still in my box. I've got a box over there of stuff. There we go, that one will do. I'm getting there. There we go. So with these ones, remember they're long and skinny. If we go to put them on here, it's going to end up all bent. You don't want that at all. So you want to pop it down on your mat, because the stamp will be naturally straight, and then pick it up, and then it should be nice and straight for you. And we're going to grab a black ink. Oops. I've got stuff everywhere, I didn't mean to. So Sarah's asking when's the last one. As soon as I pop it on the website, so in the next day or two, it'll be on the website. Noelle didn't make it. Oh, nephew's birthday. I think that's a great excuse not to come. Anything for a bit of birthday cake. I'd have been there. Birthday cake for me. Okay, I think that. Ooh, decision time. I think I might actually do it a little bit further down. Fly with a happy heart. Oh, I can't decide. What do you think? Should we pop that down at the bottom? And then... You know what? I'm actually going to change my mind completely. Right, I'm changing my mind. We're going to do it that way. Nothing like changing my mind. I'm going to get a little slither of card. Yep, that'll fit. We're going to do a little slither. Because I couldn't decide which way it was going to go. So we're going to have a slither of card. Make sure this is inked up properly. I can't see if this is one of my good inks or my not so good inks. That's because it's grey, it's not black. That'll be why. It didn't look like it was inking up properly. Ah, see, that's better. Teach me not to look at my ink pad first. But yeah, to Sarah's comment, this absolutely will look amazing with last month's. They are two of a kind, shall we say. Next month's is nothing like. Absolutely nothing like. Though the polyplate could come in handy, I think. Anyway, that's next month. We've only just started with this one. So, fly with a happy heart today. Towels looking for my little guillotine. I am just going to, I hope I've not smudged it. I haven't. I'm going to whack that with my heat gun. Otherwise, I am going to smudge it because it's such a little piece. I've got no chance of not touching that when we put it out. Oh, actually I bet that would look really good the other way around. Right. I'm changing my mind again. I know I'm being really indecisive today. We're going to stamp that sentiment again, but we're going to do it in black. Because our dragonfly is in white, isn't it? So to make the dragonfly look like it's most important and our sentiment, we're going to do our saying in the same colour. And I'm being really naughty. I'm getting my ink pad. It's got my dirty one. Because I know there'll be black ink left on that. Let's use my dirty one. Oh, there's got ink. Oh, terribly wrong now. I have embossing powder on it. That's not a good start, is it? It's because I was chuffed with myself for doing that first bit of embossing. Giving it an extra press because I had that embossing powder that shouldn't have been there. Yeah, it didn't ink that properly. Let's do that again. It was hit and miss whether that dirty ink pad would actually have enough ink to do it. Let's go. Right, that should work this time. You can actually see some ink. Last time there was none. Right. What's that saying? Third time's a charm. Yeah. There we go. Might be a bit better this time. Yay! I kinda did it. Let me grab my little mermaid wherever she is. Nope. There. Well, I found the anti-static pad now. Too late. I do make embossing look really hard and it's not. It's just me and me big sausage fingers don't like it. We struggle. But it was a spoon hiding. Now don't laugh, but it was in my brusho drawer. I'm not asking why I went for a wander out to the brusho drawer, but it did. I'm just glad it came back. And I also found my green marker pen as well. Again, not quite sure what that was doing in there, but it must be the place for my craft stuff to hang out. The brusho drawer. I've not made it easy for myself either because this is a really textured card, so it would have been nice if it was smooth, but it's fine. Well, little lady has been in, to be fair, doing her perfume bottle thing for Design Tech. She got set it on strike days, so she came in to decorate it. Must have been yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And yeah, things have definitely been moved around. How she found a black ink to stamp with is beyond me, because I couldn't find a black ink, but she did. She used a black ink. She found a right mishmash of stamps as well to use. Yes, we're going to do that, but we're going to give it a little backing as well. So we're just going to pop that on there. I'll turn it around because I've got a bit of an inky finger. Inky pinky going on there. Okay. I can always trim this down a little bit more if I need to. There we go, that'll do. Should have left enough to put a brad in the end, shouldn't I? Would have been quite cool. Right, so this is going to sit on here like so. Let's move all my gubbins out of the way as we go. My little dragonfly is going to sit up near the top. I think if I put him down there, because he's in the vellum, he's not going to quite stand out. Whereas if we pop him, oh, listen to that squeaky chair. Right, there we go. If I pop him up near the top, I think that vellum just looks perfect, doesn't it? And then we have got our little saying that we can either put right down at the bottom, or yeah, I think he's going to go. Or let's have a bit of a play, shall we? That could look quite cool. There we go. I'm not going to stick it down because I'm going to faff, I think, with it. There we go. I quite like it like that. But you could always pop it down at the bottom as well. Anyway, wherever you pop it. Yeah, I think I prefer it at the top now. Do. Pop it there. Oh, got fireworks going off. There we go. I'm going to do it like that. And I might even still try and squeeze two little brads. Just there and there. So, give him a bit of a bend the other way. But there you go. It looks like an ice dragonfly, doesn't it? Going into like the lava pits. Yay! Anyway, that's that one. I'm going to just quickly go back through them samples for you using this month's make. I'm going to move that to one side. You know I'm going to keep moving that sentiment around, don't you? I'm going to be really naughty. So in this month's make, you get this lovely poly plate. Imagine it's in the beautiful packaging. Yeah, because it is. It's the one I've just nicked for tonight. The fall away poly plate. You get. Let me put a piece of acetate on there. That beautiful dragonfly and all these bits. So I do think we're going to have to try and make an ice cream, because it's just shouting out to be an ice cream, isn't it? Cone, and it's got a couple of different ice creams on top. It's got your solids to go in its wing. You've got a little one in there. You've got loads and loads of stuff there. And then you've got some of Mum. She's used the one that came with Celia there, which actually works really well with it, doesn't it? So you have someone special that came from the Celia greeting stamp set. I can't remember what it was called. Then we've got that lovely one with all the littlies, because you can see the difference in size, can't you? Look at that, huge. And then a tiddler. It works beautifully. Just because it's little, it can still fill the card. Sorry, miles away there, wasn't I? You got that one again. Love what she's done, making it look like shrubs around the bottom. Got that lovely big 8x8. That kindness changes everything saying down at the bottom. Do you like that idea of stepping them up? Love this idea. I'm going to be doing that. We are. I think that might be next week's. Love that idea of just pattern building behind. Yep, she's cut the yellow ones out on that one. So it's, I think she's used two, done like a poly plate for the yellow and green, and then cut them all out. Well, it could actually be brusho, I suppose. But yeah, it's cool, isn't it? And then we've got my painted one. Got one similar to today. I do have something about putting it that way, don't I? Mum seems to like it the other way up. I seem to like it down. Then we've got the one where it meets in the middle. Super simple. You can't get more simple than that, can you? And then a bit like Mum's, but I've just coloured mine in using inks. So there you go. Super cool. And then obviously you get your little booklet and your little card, which I will go on now. Let me move that out of the way. There we go. If I pop that there for you. I was going to say I will go back on and do that now, but it doesn't want to come up for me. Anyway, let's see if that decides to load whilst I'm pulling a funny face. I didn't realise I'd moved the camera then. So that is our July monthly make. I hope you've liked it. Sorry, I'm trying to be really clever here and pop that code on so I know it's working and you know it's working. Give me 2 minutes, 2 seconds. But I'm not one of them people that can multitask. Well, I can, but not too well. So there we go. I'll use that one. It's easier if I make my screen bigger so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Anyway, so the code is going live as we speak now. Nope, I didn't want to do that button. Anyway, there we go. I can do it, I can do it. And there we go. Tracy, that is done. All sorted for you now. I have done that. So we are back. I've done that and I need to go on and do Sarah's request to join the group. I will do that next. We'll be back on Wednesday for, well, I'm not quite sure what we'll be doing. Be whatever falls off. Normally whatever falls off the shelf, isn't it? If you've got any ideas what you want to do on Wednesday, give me a shout and we'll have a look. We have also got our craft along coming up. We're going to be doing one of the books. I know I do these quite frequently, but it is a good reminder to do them. So we'll be taking a ring binder book and making it, and basically upcycling it and making it more giftable. So that's on the 22nd. I was trying to see if I had one, but I haven't got one near me. Well, not that it's not in bits. So I'll be sending the kit list out for that in the next couple of days as well. So 22nd, pop that in your diary. In the morning, Saturday the 22nd, we will be doing craft along, and it'll be making one of the notebooks that I like to make, because I do think it is a really good one to do, and it takes no time at all, and it's a really quick gift idea as well. So last month, this month, I've lost that one. Yeah, last month, this month. I'm getting there. I am getting there. So that's it from me. I promise. Yes, that's it. Back on Wednesday, 8:30. Yeah. Any ideas what you want to do? Drop me a line and we will have a play. So I will see you then. Thank you for joining me tonight. I do hope you have loved your new monthly make. I think it's going to be a good one, and we also get into poly plates, because we've not done them in ages, so we'll be playing with our poly plates a lot this month. So I do hope you can join me for that. So hopefully I'll see you Wednesday. Code is now working, and Sarah, I'm going to go and do your request to join the group right now. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.